Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another meeting of the SoBros Book Club. I'm Stoney Keeley, and today we are going to be talking about one of what quickly became one of my favorite books that I've ever read. We're talking Dandelion Wine by the incomparable Ray Bradbury. Like a lot of you guys, I had to read Fahrenheit 451 when I was in school. Didn't really think much of it. I wasn't a big reader in school, if you don't know that about me. The reading thing didn't happen until adulthood. And I have a problem with authority, okay? If you tell me I have to read something, I don't want to read something. But the moment I don't have to read anything, well, then I want to read things. And that's how it happened for me. And so I don't really remember a lot about Fahrenheit 451, but I picked up a copy of the Toynbee Convector years ago, and I fell in love with the style. And so that turned into picking up a copy of The Illustrated Man, and picking up a copy of The Martian Chronicles, and I Sing the Body Electric, and Medicine for Melancholy. Ultimately, it leads me to Dandelion Wine, which some consider to be Bradbury's greatest work. It might be my favorite Bradbury work, too. We'll see how I feel once the dust settles, once this wears off a little bit. I'm still riding the high of this thing, but it might be my favorite work of his. And there's a reason that we're talking about this in May, because summer's right around the corner. It's a little bit early, I know, but if you guys have kept up with the SoBros Book Club, you know that I like to get ahead of things because I like to plan out my festive reading. You know, if you don't know what that is, like reading summertime books during the summer, reading Christmas books at Christmas, so on and so forth. And I'm a slow reader, so I like to get ahead on things just to buy myself a little time. If you just finish something up and you're looking to get something that feels like the summertime, this is quintessential summer. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it this month on the SoBros Book Club. Let's give you guys the synopsis, okay? Take a quick drink of this apple juice. I don't want to get dinged by the algorithm. The summer of 28 was a vintage season for a growing boy. A summer of green apple trees, mowed lawns, and new sneakers. Of half-burnt firecrackers, of gathering dandelions, of grandma's belly-busting dinner. It was a summer of sorrows and marvels and gold-fuzzed bees. A magical, timeless summer in the life of a 12-year-old boy named Douglas Spaulding, remembered forever by the incomparable Ray Bradbury. I mean, look, this book, that doesn't sound like much of a plot, does it? I'll be honest. It's kind of difficult to describe what this book is. At times it feels like a collection of short stories. At times it feels like you're watching someone's old home movies. But I think the beautiful thing about it, and if you're familiar with Bradbury's work at all, is that the prose is so savory, you don't want to put the book down. And that's how Dandelion Wine was for me. It wasn't that I couldn't put the book down because the plot was so riveting and it was a page turner. It was that I wanted to take it slow. I wanted to sit in this book for as long as I could and just stew and marinate over the words that were written before me. You can pick up on a deep fondness for the summertime growing up in Illinois for Bradbury. I know he put a lot of his own experience into this book, and it is beautiful. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I put this thing down and just sat with my thoughts for a minute. Like that type of feeling that you only get so often when you're reading a book, where you just kind of feel like your cup is spilling over, so to speak. It's like you're just so full of something, of emotion, good, bad, fear, joy, whatever. That's how Bradbury put together Dandelion Wine. I don't know that you could even really say there's a plot to this book. I mean, it really does just kind of feel like a collection of short stories. It just so happens that it's the same characters in the same universe, the same time period. It is like living vicariously through Douglas Spaulding, how old is he? 12. The 12-year-old boy in this book, living through his memories of a really good summer as a kid. It's old-timey, it's nostalgic, it's vintage, all those things. But it also kind of combines a lot of the elements that make Bradbury so great and so versatile a writer. It's like you pick up on themes of growing up and facing death and the fleeting nature of time, those sorts of things. You do get elements of science fiction. There's even elements of horror in this book. There's a couple of stories in here. I've got one of them flagged that you get to the end of it and it gives you goosebumps. It highlights all the reasons that Ray Bradbury was a genius, and it feels So good this time of year. I actually read this last summer, full disclosure. I read this last summer and I went through it pretty quickly, which is different for me, but Bradbury is one of my favorites, so couldn't put the thing down. And it really put me in touch with some of the memories I had of my own childhood. And I'm grateful for that experience through this book. I got 3 stories from this thing flagged that I'll probably pull this book off the shelf every summer for the rest of my life, read a few pages, and just sit and think about it. This was a 5 out of 5 book for me. Easily recommend it. It's one that can really accentuate and enhance your feelings of festivity this summer.